Deciding who gets custody of your children is one of the most important things in a divorce. There are different types of custody, and you should understand those different types in order to understand the process itself. There are two different types, basically, of child custody in Massachusetts. There's physical custody and there's legal custody. Physical custody is, where do your children spend the majority of their time? At whose house do they sleep, essentially? Legal custody addresses who makes important decisions for your children, such as what church do they go to, what medical decisions will be made, where do they go to school, what are their extracurricular activities, and so forth. So those are two different concepts under the heading of child custody in Massachusetts. Now, understanding the difference between physical custody and legal custody, you should also understand that there are two types of custody within those headings. There's sole custody and joint custody, also called shared custody. So each one of those ideas, physical custody or legal custody, you could have either sole or joint custody as well. So that means that for physical custody, where the children spend the majority of their time, if you have sole custody, that's where they spend their time all the time. Essentially, think of it that way. So if you have sole physical custody, they're with you all of the time. If you have sole legal custody, you are the only person making those important decisions for your children. So sole legal and physical custody, they're with you all the time, and you are the only person that has any input into making those important decisions. Now, having said that, sole custody is very rare in Massachusetts. Sole custody, in order to get sole custody, you have to show that the other parent is unfit. Perhaps they've abandoned the children, perhaps there's a substance abuse issue, physical violence in the past, either to you or to the children, or a threat thereof. It's very rare indeed to get sole physical custody. Joint physical custody or joint legal custody is a different story. That's the norm. That's what the court generally starts with, the idea that you and your spouse will have joint custody over your children. If you have joint custody, you both make those decisions for your children for legal custody, and they spend time at both your house and your spouse's house. So those are essentially the differences in child custody matters in Massachusetts. If you're thinking about getting a divorce in Massachusetts, please feel free to visit us at affordlaw.org/checklist. We've made a checklist of the most important things you should be considering when thinking about getting a divorce. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. We'd be happy to help.